Chapter 1 Chapter 1 outline pages 20 through 26. Common psychological myths. Myth. Many believe humans only use 10% of their brains. Truth. We use most of our brains. Myth. Experience does not affect mental disorders and IQ. Truth. Early life experiences will determine which heritable traits appear in a child. Myth. A child named Little Albert was trained to have phobias to furry objects and Santa Claus. Truth. The Little Albert study does not have enough proof to determine if he grew up with a phobia to Santa Claus. Many are not entirely sure of who Little Albert was. Myth. When one has amnesia, they do not remember their name and are unable to recognize their family members. Truth. If one does not remember their name or family members, they are most likely faking it. Those with amnesia have trouble remembering a limited time period before the trauma. Myth. There are subliminal images in advertisements that cause people to buy the product. Truth. There is no proof that a subliminal image in an ad will cause the person viewing it to buy the product. Myth. Listening to Mozart as a child will boost intelligence. Truth. Research shows that there is little evidence to support this claim. Myth. Some people are able to choose their sexuality. Truth. People cannot choose their sexuality, but rather events before birth may determine it. Myth. Polygraphs can detect when someone is lying. Truth. Polygraphs are only able to detect if someone is stressed, not whether someone is lying. In fact, polygraphs are only accurate about half of the time. Myth. Kitty Genovese died while bystanders looked on. Truth. Numerous neighbors tried to help Kitty Genovese, and she died in the arms of someone trying to help her. Myth. Astrological signs can signify one's behavior. Truth. It has been proven that astrological signs do not have any correlation to one's behavior. Myth. During a full moon, crime rises. Truth. The phase of the moon does not affect the crime and injury statistics. Myth. People with schizophrenia are unable to live a normalized life. Truth. Some people with schizophrenia can eventually recover and live normal lives. Some do not even need medication. Myth. Taking an introductory psychology course is useless because most people already know all this information. Truth. It is important because many people today still believe these myths. 4 important principles of behavior. Ideas that are considered when conducting a study of behavior, shortened to MUSE. Machine-like brain. The brain is a machine with electricity and chemicals. The mind stems from the brain. Some experts believe that the officer that killed Michael Brown was acting out of adrenaline or chemicals. Unconscious processes. Environment can affect behavior without the person being aware of it. Most people have an unconscious bias against certain people, which may have been a factor in the Michael Brown shooting. Social influences. The people around us can change our behavior and our beliefs. Michael Brown and the officer meeting was a social interaction. Experience matters. New experiences can physically alter the brain. The officer, or Michael Brown, may have had a previous experience that led to this event. Detecting racial association with crime. Psychologists want to know if people's thoughts about race can influence one's observations. White college students were asked to identify blurred images of either a gun or a book. The images started very blurry and unrecognizable, and increasingly became clearer. In flashes, they are shown images of a black face, white face, or an abstract line drawing for 50,000ths of a second. These are subliminal images. Subliminal. A stimulus that the person is unaware of recognizing. After seeing the image of the black face, people are more likely to identify the image of the weapon. The study concludes that people are more likely to perceive the image to be a weapon when there is a subliminal image of a black face rather than a white face, and these effects could be seen in real-world issues.